Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an E25, it's a Tier 7 German premium tank destroyer. It's located on the north spawn of Pilsen Encounter under the command of Beerwalla. 2 marks of excellence on the barrel and quite a few marks on his hull, showing he's quite an expert in this tank destroyer. Now, it's known for having one of the best camo profiles and fire rates in the game because it's capable of dealing out huge amounts of damage with a 75mm gun with fairly decent penetration, 135 alpha, and its penetration is 150mm with standard AP, and with the premium APCR it will go up to 194mm, so not much at tier 7 it can't pen. And he's carrying no HE at all, so only 60 rounds of ammo. He's just spotted his first target at Type 64, but he's trying to use the bush mechanic to remain unspotted. No good targets there for him to shoot at. The one bad thing about the E25, really, I suppose it's obvious, is that you've had very dark firing arc. It's only 24 degrees overall. So 12 degrees either side of the centre line, which means that the vehicle does have to turn. It's going to face the enemy sometimes. And he had to pull back there because that Type 64 was trying to get a proximity detect on Beerwalla. And he didn't want to get spotted because he knew that he'd be a target for the enemy just across the way. Now, as you probably can see that there is one Arty in this game on either side. And it would be the Arty who'd be trying to hit him more than anything, because these things can be a pest. Okay, it was supposed to be a TD and reconnaissance tank. It was part of the Entwicklung series, that's why it's got the E. And they weren't supposed to be so much new and novel designs. They were supposed to be cheaper and better engineered designs so that they could actually be cheaper to build, because of course it was costing the Reich a huge amount of money on tanks, even with the older ones which they'd been producing for years, the Panzer Mark III, the Mark IV, even the Tiger for that matter. They were very expensive tanks, so they were trying to produce them cheaper, and to do that they decided to settle and get a better design that was easier to manufacture. So it's actually ease of manufacturing that they were after. Now this is an encounter game, so he's trying to get a position so he can shoot at the guy in the cap, and he's got a reset. And that A43, who's getting comprehensively holed, turned into a colander, and he's about to go out the game. There you go. That's how devastating the E25 can be. And you see that box tank up there really couldn't do much damage to Beerwalla when he couldn't see him, because he was on the other side of that little hill. On the not little hill, I mean that coal mound. And he's now got his second kill. Now they have excellent mobility. Top speed is 65 kilometers an hour. That's the sort of speed you get from a light tank, let alone a tank destroyer. It also has a very low profile, as you can see. Once it was on the other side of that coal mound, it just couldn't be seen. And yeah, they can hide in bushes just about everywhere. They've got the most incredible camo. And it's why they gained such a reputation as, well, as the cockroach. Because they could go everywhere and nobody could see them. They'd scurry here and scurry there, and you try to get rid of them, but they just kept coming back to haunt you. I remember when I first started in the game, actually, the cockroach was, even then, had a fearsome reputation, but it wasn't on sale because it was a premium tank and they rarely put them on sale, and he's got his third kill. They only put them on sale every now and then, and of course it just wasn't available, so there was not a lot I could do. I couldn't get hold of one, but thankfully, somebody actually did buy me one of these, a premium one, as a gift, so I now have one and can play this tank. It is a delight. The only difference is the fact that it's so quick to turn around means that it's sometimes over agile, in that you turn to face an enemy and you overcorrect and you have to adjust back again as he just did there, you see. Tried to turn towards the target. Nice hole on the CS52. Didn't get that one in, but that one did. And one more to kill. And he's gone behind that bit of rubble. So we're not going to get a shot on him at the moment. I think the CS53 is going to get the kill. There's only 5 enemy tanks left. There's only 4 on our team. Okay, that TA-44 is up near our spawn point. Should be able to get him if we go up here. We're now down to just 3 tanks. Okay, T-44, one shot. Oh, it bounced off the turret, but he saw us. Turret turned towards us, but he's now disappeared because I think he's outside view range of one of our tanks. I think we were getting an assist there. We've now come within the draw range, and there he is. He stopped. Can he get a shot? Yes! 4 kills. Okay, so there's only 4 enemy vehicles left. There's only 2 left on our team now, though. Outnumbered 2 to 1. Can get the kill here. Yes! That's 5. He's on for a Top Gun, but he was spotted by the Sherman, the Thunderbolt, rather. So he's decided to relocate to avoid getting shot at. Oh, there's the Tiger. Okay, you might want to go round and go down towards the Liss and try and take that guy out, because I think he's more than likely going to try and come round behind. No, he's decided he's going to go after that Tiger too. Now apparently, according to some documentation, they say 5 prototypes were built, but other documentation said no prototypes are actually built of this tank. It was designed by the Argus company, who actually designed the Hetzer and others, but Alket were given the job of building them, but it was very late towards the end of the war. And, oh, we can see him now. Tiger 2, and you don't think he saw us. There he is. Oh, now, we've lost sight of him, but he is getting hits. Now, did he get some pins though? No, he's just bouncing off the armour. That's better, that got that one in. But now he's gone behind cover, so we're going to have to move, change position to get new shots. He's all alone now. They killed our teammates. So he's 1 against 3, and one of them's an Arty. Now he's got that mound working against him there. So he needs to get across the trench. Okay, and somebody is capping. I would not be surprised if that was an Arty. The S51's probably relocated, and there's the Tiger 2, and yeah, he overcorrected there. Difficulty getting through the armour, but gets 1 round into the engine bay and finishes off the Tiger 2. So that's his Top Gun. Come on, Beerwalla, you can do it. It's the wrong side of the cap circle to be on, really, to get shots. They must be hiding on the inside. Oh, he's found the Liss. It must be the S51 then. He kills the Liss. Oh, he almost flips. Oh my gum. And the S51's come out to try and kill us face to face. He's gone into a clinch. And he kills the S51 at the end. Wow, in a face hugger. Well, that was a very exciting end to the game because, well, he was up against 3 all alone. And even though he killed the Tiger 2, he didn't know where the CS52 Liss or the S51. Well, he knew the S51 had to be around because there had to be somebody in the cap. And I guessed correctly, it was the S51 who went capping. He got a first-class tanker from that game, Beerwalla. He also got a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 7, and he got a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him during the game. He also picked up an epic medal. He got the Radley Walters by killing the Liss and also the S51 right at the end after getting his Top Gun. He picked up that Radley's, and of course he also got the Top Gun as well for getting at least 6 kills. Very well done. Let's have a look at team score. Well, the highest damage in the game was actually to the enemy team. Yes, they're Udas. 14 Alt 5 got 3,421, beating Beerwalla to the high caliber. Yep, he got the high caliber instead. 3,337 went to Beerwalla, and 3,132 went to the lists as well. When it came to kills, he had the highest number of those with 8. 3 kills went to the Tiger 2, the CS52 lists, and the Udas 14 Alt 5. I can never remember that one and get it right. And then after that, base XP, yes, he's got that one as well. So top in all three, top in 2 of the columns, that is. 1,385 went to Beerwalla, 926 went to the CS53, and 673 to the IS2, with the list coming up behind with 600. He fired 40 rounds in that game, so he had 20 rounds left at the end, plenty of ammo. 33 direct hits on the enemy, 27 penetrations, damage of 3,337, of which 1,957 were at more than 300 meters. He received 1 hit, it was a pen, yes, unfortunate, couldn't avoid that. And 2 hits by way, 2 enemy vehicles spotted rather, 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 8 killed, and 69 defense points by resetting the cap. So he narrowly missed out on getting a defender as well. 51,219 credits for the battle, 23,049 from battle payments, 99,878 altogether, and after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables took away a profit of 17,681. If he'd been on his free-to-play account, he would have made a profit at all. He'd made a loss. 1,385 XP, 416 for this being a premium vehicle, and took away 2,494 experience points altogether. Let's have a look at the armor profile for this tank. Here's the armor profile for the E25. You can see it's relatively thin metal. 50mm on the lower plate. Angled, it actually comes up to 96. Upper plate, 50mm again. With the slight angling, it comes up to about 65. And the sides of the vehicle, 30mm effective angling, 34, and on the rear you can see that it's actually 30mm, but it only comes up to 30 because it's relatively flat at the back. So it doesn't have much in the way of armor on the sides and rear, enough on the front to deflect a shell, and of course you don't want to hit the mantlet because the mantlet is actually quite strong, quite tough. But yes, it does have a couple of weak spots. If you can get through that driver port there, it's 0 armor there, so yes, you can punch straight through. There's a cupola as well, which is only 30mm of armor, so you could aim for that one for the front, but it's fairly small, not that easy to hit. You're much better off trying to punch through the armor somewhere else, possibly on the sides. I would actually prefer to actually shoot for the top of here rather than actually in the tracks, but it is easier to actually immobilize this tank with a shot through the tracks, and then of course you can drive behind him and he can't shoot at you because the gun's fixed at the front. So as long as you're outside the arc of the gun, which as I said was 12 degrees either side, then you should be able to do damage without him being able to respond to you at all. Let's have a look at the module profile. Well, as you can see, it's kind of cramped, but it is a small tank and it's supposed to be low profile. You can see the driver's up front on the right with his viewport. Right behind him and slightly to one side is the gunner. He's aiming the gun, and you can see behind him is the loaders, and they're all on the same side of the vehicle. Remember, the vehicle's slightly offset, so the gun is actually to the left-hand side of the vehicle as we're looking at it. And underneath the gun you can see there's the big ammo rack. Again, easy. If you can punch through the lower plate, you should be able to get an ammo rack there. Or if you aim for the sides of the vehicle, you've got 2 more ammo racks right next door to the driver and the gunner. And that's why these things do suffer from ammo racks if they get hit on the front, on the right hand side as you're looking at them. The loader, as I mentioned, he's at the back behind the breech, with those ready racks available to him. We've got the engine right at the very back with the transmission behind that. The 2 big fuel tanks either side, and there's the commander with the radio set on the left hand side of the gun. He's far enough back that he's not going to get hit by the gun in the recoil, but yes, or by the breach in the recoil. But you can see that it's a very easy to hit some module or another if you can penetrate this vehicle. And remember, as I said, the armor is not that particularly thick. So yes, if you can get through 16mm of armor, you're going to do some damage to this vehicle. And they do tend to suffer from module damage. And in fact, they suffer most of all from ammo racks. So if you can, try and get the right hand side as you're looking at it on this tank, because if you don't get the ammo rack, you're probably going to get either a fuel tank or one of the three members of the crew who happen to be on this side of the vehicle. So I hope you enjoyed that replay. This one was sent in just very recently. He thought that Beerwalla thought it would be quite a good replay for us to put up, and it is. And actually just happened to be bashing out a few quick replays in between getting replays done for our other site, the general World of Tanks replays. As you know, we have a huge number of replays building up on that site already. We're already over 1,000 replays on that site and growing rapidly, as well as, of course, over 7,800 replays on our main site, World of Tanks, on What's Arty Noobs. So please do let other people know about our site, and tell them that we're actually giving all of the revenue from our site to the Red Cross appeal for Ukraine to help the refugees. Thanks for watching.